Hello everybody. Thought I'd put up one of my practice flights from years past of a contest flight that I did. It's my freestyle, I think from 2013. But anyhow, it'll make you a better pilot. But right here you'll see I start my 3 wing wags, which is something that you got to demonstrate for the judges. Let them know you're fixing to start your sequence. And I push over to 45, and like I say here in the text, there are a lot of things about flying. One type flying will make you much better pilot at another kind of flying. Obviously, aerobatic flying makes you better at bush flying. Bush flying will make you better at aerobatic flying. Even flying the ultralights to a great degree will make you a much better acro pilot. And acro flying will make you a much better ultralight flyer. It's what you learn in the flying the outer edges of the envelope or whatever mount that you're flying. But anyhow, we're in the cockpit here. You can see I've got it looking back at me, and I'm constantly looking over there. You'll see at my sighting device. Whenever you're flying acro, when you're pulled vertical or the nose comes up beyond about 25-30 degrees, there ain't nothing to see out the front, so you have to constantly be picking your references up somewhere else. And so there's a sighting device on most every aerobatic airplane that you pick those references up by, and you learn to fly by feel and sights and sounds, not by watching the airspeed or the altimeter or anything like that. That's kind of what translates into your bush flying. It'll make you a much better bush flyer once you I won't say master, but get better at your aerobatic flying. But anyhow, so we're set up here and we're doing a roll one direction with a full roll back the other direction, and then we pull out to level, and once we hit the level we come back up to the vertical, I think, and we ride the vertical up line. It's kind of hard to remember what the freestyle consists of. We push out to level upright and enter a 1.5 turn inverted spin, and we do the spin and then hit the vertical. In competition spins, you have to hit the vertical after the spin, and then you pull out to the level. And level lines a lot of times where you take your breathers to figure out what's going on. Back to the vertical here at the other end of the box with a 2 or 4 on the up line. Barely over rotated that 2 or 4. The judges probably wouldn't have seen that. Go back to the 45 down. I think we do a 1.5 turn. No, we do a snap roll right here. And you notice the snap roll rate's much faster than the regular roll rate, which is a blast to ride going around. But we go back to the vertical here. Most of the pulls on my monowing are 6 to 7 G pulls, which is much different than what most folks flying around in airplanes are used to feeling. But anyhow, you'll also notice that was tried to watch the horizon and slow the loop rate around so that we kept a concentric loop. But anyhow, we hit the level, and once we did that, we got some rolls out of the way back to the vertical and ride the upline looking at the sighting device. And again, whenever you're doing these hammerhead turnarounds, that's normally at about 30 to 40 miles an hour, so it's not zero airspeed, but you still need some prop flow over the tail. But we back to the level line here, and again, level lines are where you kind of take analysis of where you are in the box, your situational awareness. We're back to the vertical with a half roll on the up line, and you always got to keep those lines, the rolls before and after on the rolls on the up line the same, or the judges will ding you for that. Back to the vertical down with a 1/4 roll to get me going in the right direction. Back out to the level. And here's where I take a break again, kind of figure out where I'm at in the box. If I'm dealing with any winds that are blowing me one direction or the other, that's something that you kind of remember back your turns around the point. Imagine doing that now in a confined 3,000 by 3,000 foot square box on the map there. And but anyhow, here we are, a 1.5 roll back to upright on the 45 down, pull out to the level. And then we're riding along trying to figure out what our next figure is here. I think right here we went to the 45 up, we rolled it inverted, 45 up, and then we ride that line and then pull over for a P loop at the end. You'll notice I keep checking my sighting device to make sure that I keep my loop concentric. You don't want to draw an egg-shaped loop because the judges know you for that. And then you got that 360 degree roll rate right here with a 3 or 2 back to the level. And then you find the vertical again right here. Well, actually, I think we're going to be going around for another loop. No, that was a half loop up. That's called an Immelman. And get set up here. I slow the roll rate down so that I can give the judges a consistent roll rate. And then we do a 1.5 snap to inverted. And this is coming up one of the more difficult things to do in aerobatic flying, and that's the rolling turn. Now, this is not as difficult as an outside rolling turn, but it's still difficult in itself. But it's one of the harder things to master in aerobatics. But that pretty much winds that flight up, folks. Hope you liked it. Like and subscribe.
conditions.